You're live with Lucy Hawkins. Let's get more now on the coronavirus restrictions, which have been extended across Italy. With me is BBC journalist Sofia Battista. Sofia, there's like 9,000 people who have been infected in Italy. We're now looking at the country worst affected after China. Massive restrictions in place. Tell us some of the stories that you're hearing from different parts of Italy, because the whole country is now locked down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, nearly 1,600 people infected just yesterday, so the situation is critical. As you mentioned earlier, the Prime Minister last night at about 9:30 in the evening announced that the emergency measure that had been applied to a certain region of Italy have now been extended to the whole of the country. And what happened last night was that lots of people rushed to supermarkets all over Italy and started panic buying, which was, supermarkets are going to stay open throughout these few weeks. Something else we saw was, generally there's still a bit of confusion about what this means. For example, I spoke to somebody in Rome who told me that her boss was forcing her to go to work today, even though she's a letting agent, which means, coming into contact with people all the time. So she was feeling quite angry about that. So I think this can still be quite open to interpretation.
We're seeing some live pictures now from Rome. I think it's the Piazza Venezia, and we saw Campo Fiore as well. Now, normally, these are really busy, no matter the time of the year. This is some of the busiest sites in all of Italy, and it is looking rather deserted. Is this the picture even as far south as Sicily? Are people still not going out onto the streets in places like Palermo?
Yeah, honestly, I've never seen Rome like that, and I'm from there. It's incredible. I think people are starting to get the message. I've seen some videos on social media of the police who have been driving around in cars in southern Italy, urging people not to leave their homes through a megaphone.
Yes, I heard that in Naples, yeah.
Exactly, and there are, though, examples of people breaking the rules already. For example, last night, 2 women in the Lombardy region near Milan posted a video on Instagram outside of some sort of nightclub, sort of bragging about being able to go out and party in spite of these measures. So we are seeing examples of this as well.
How clear is the picture around the healthcare system? We talked a bit about this yesterday, but given the infection rates are going up so quickly, there must be huge concern that the system simply won't cope, even in Lombardy, which has the best healthcare system in Italy.
Exactly. The main concern now is regarding people who are in intensive care. I've heard from several people who work in hospitals that in the Lombardy region, which, as you mentioned, is wealthy and organized, there are no more beds in intensive care departments. So we're seeing beds being set up in corridors. And something else which is really, really difficult for people is that funerals are not allowed to go on. So that's really tough for people. Or in churches are to stay open, but you can't celebrate Mass, which is unprecedented in Italy, in a very Catholic country.
These are the toughest restrictions since World War II, I was reading today. Sofia, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.